Odin's vacation home is what they are calling Kamartaj, the current hot location. Odin might be king in Asgard, but he is also one of the kings of the Pool 1 meta here in Marvel Snap. This is my favorite on reveal archetype list that can help you find success in the very early stages of expanding your collection. But we're also going to talk about how you can upgrade this list to be dominant in Pool 2 and stay winning in Pool 3. I have such a spicy list for the Pool 3 version of this. It has to be one of my favorite all time. I've spent a lot of time optimizing it, so stay tuned. But breaking down how we are beginning, we have the God in Gold, Odin himself, on reveal. Activate the on reveal abilities of your other cards at this location. At 6'8" on his own body, Odin is incredibly powerful, and we are looking to be able to add cards to synergize with him that are deriving all of their power on that on-reveal ability. Case in point, Ironheart here. She has no strength herself. All of the value is going in these buffs that she is distributing to other cards. So she is ideal for this list. Wolfsbane very similar, but rather than spreading out the buffs, Wolfsbane is holding all the buffs on themselves. We might play Wolfsbane very early. They gain buffs based on allies at the same location, and that initial play, it might not gain a lot of power on the Wolfsbane, but then we'll be able to follow up with Odin later and get the full buff on the Wolfsbane and then be able to go above and beyond what the opponent can do at that individual location. We have Groot here, one of the Guardians of the Galaxy. We're actually running a couple Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't think they are the most consistent cards overall, but they are on reveal abilities that can be retriggered by Odin. And at the very end of the game, things get a little cagier, and you're actually more likely to be able to catch out the opponent playing to that same location. So we have Groot as one of our activators. White Tiger is the dream wife early on for Odin, being able to replicate the bouncing tiger spirit of 7 strength is going to a random location. It even lets you get into locations that are otherwise locked out from being able to play to. So White Tiger just providing a lot of flexibility, incredibly powerful. Gamora here, also very powerful, but stacking on the single location, a 5/7 that gains +5 if the opponent has played to the same location. Gamora is the queen of the Guardians. Just tagging a single opponent is going to be very hard for the opponent to surmount you at this location. But if you get the repeat out of Odin, then I dare say it's going to be impossible. On the cheaper end, we have Medusa is able to be repeated by Odin. I really don't like Medusa. You want to upgrade away from her early on, but she does have some utility here at the beginning. Angela is the queen of efficiency. We're trying to incorporate her into almost all of our Pool 1 decks, so she is, of course, here as well. Rocket is our 1-drop Guardian, able to get just a little extra proc out of the Odin. He's quite fun and very efficient if you are able to actually tag the opponent. And now we have Nightcrawler and Iron Fist, both trying to synergize with the efficiency of Angela. We want to play Nightcrawler to Angela's location and then move him away. We want to play Iron Fist in a way that will let us play our next card to Angela's location that will buff Angela, and then it will punch the card away from her location, allowing us to follow up and keep on gaining buffs on this Angela, so she can really be a solid carry for us. And then Ant-Man is another king of efficiency style card, very cheap. We want to start bringing the energy curve down because we have a lot of expensive cards, so that's why he is here. Diving into a match to be able to show how the deck really plays out. Ooh, cloning Vats, giving us an interesting way on being able to duplicate effects. Ant-Man is so efficient, I'm going to go ahead and play him to the cloning Vat. So we have the deck list up above. If you want to talk card substitutions, deck optimization, I read all the comments down below and love talking everything Snap with you guys. And we're going to go Ant-Man here. I don't want to overload our board with just the really cheap cards. It's also very susceptible to Elektra. They have the Colossus. And now we have White Tiger to be able to bounce into Sanctum Sanctorum. That's what I'm really looking at as a winning situation for us. Ooh. There's fun tricks that we can play here with the Wolfsbane. If I play Wolfsbane to the cloning Vats, it's going to buff himself, and then the buffed version gets cloned to our hand. So we can play him again as the buffed version to be able to get even more efficiency. But do we have space to do that? We would play him, and then we would effectively play him to the vault. The alternative is that we would just play Ironheart. I feel like Ironheart might actually give us more value. But I want to show this off. I want to show this off. I think it's going to be very close. Either way is a valid line to play, I feel. They've got the Mr. Fantastic, giving him that little punch into the Sanctum Sanctorum. Now we're really counting on the White Tiger actually landing a Spirit Tiger on the Sanctum Sanctorum. It might not happen. There's no promises. But we're going to try and fill up the vault as close to max as possible, so we have better odds at actually getting into the Sanctum Sanctorum. And judging on the cards that we have in hand, the board pressure that we have, we don't need cloning Vats anymore. It's fine that they turn that off. I'm going to snap. because we have turn 5 and turn 6 lined up. They're effectively the best options that we could have. We have good tempo on the board on top of that. Bring it on. Bring it on. The cloned Mr. Fantastic also reaching to the middle. That's fun. I like it. But here we go. The +7. They're not going to be able to stop that. I'm winning the vaults, winning Sanctum Sanctorum, dropping the Odin. Oh, it feels good. We didn't even have Camartage. Camartage can make things go even more out of hand with Odin because it's a multiplicative effect with the Odin. The Odin will trigger twice, and then everybody that he triggers will trigger twice each time, so they all go 4 times, and it's bonkers. I'm sure you guys may have already seen it. We've got the Claw. Oh, this is a unanimous victory for the On Reveal team. Now, as promised, the upgrade into Pool 2, this is my version for the list. In Pool 2, we're also flexing some of the slots around. Electra here, we're bringing her in to give her a try. You could run one of your other 1-drops like Rocket. And then Spider-Woman, also very much a flex slot here. You could stay with Gamora. She's an incredible card. You don't necessarily feel like you need to upgrade away from her. But right now, I want to see what we can leverage out of the Spider-Woman. We've brought in the Iceman, incredible control, being able to add cost to one of the opponent's cards when you play him. Korg here, giving the opponent a blank rock that they're likely to draw as just a dead draw in their hand. We have Angela, Queen of Efficiency, still here, not yet dethroned. The Ironheart, so powerful. Wolfsbane, still solid. We're bringing in Jubilee. This is an incredibly potent card for being able to thin out the deck. It makes our deck more consistent, and it synergizes so well with Odin, and we're bringing in the big boy Hulk. Now, you could try running the Infinite and try and have Jubilee pull the Infinite from the deck. It's not very consistent, but it will almost guarantee a win when it actually happens. The beautiful high roll is when Jubilee pulls Odin for free, and then he automatically pulls the next card behind Jubilee, but otherwise you could play Jubilee, get the free card, and then play Odin later on to be able to get yet another free card. Very potent. Shang-Chi is here because he's such a powerful counter card. I like running him in almost every deck as a flex slot. We still have the White Tiger Odin synergy as well. So this is Pool 2. Let's watch how it goes. Coming in here with the Pool 2 deck, I'm a little trepidatious because we're on the Super Teddy account. This account has nearly a full collection. It's at infinite rank. We're going to be hit with the opponent's best stuff, things that we are not using because this is the Pool 2 version. But I think we should still be able to hold our own. We're going to see how much of a fight we can really give to our opponent. If you guys enjoy this style of video showcasing upgrading a deck through the different pool levels, then let me know. Show some love to the video. Let me know in the comments, etc., etc. That's going to help me bring out the best content for you guys and promote it to the rest of the community. We get the double buff here with the Camartage. Odin ready to be able to smack the opponents around. They get the Hulkbuster on the Angela that will also trigger Angela's buff right now. So she is stacked. Absolutely stacked. Do I want to play the Jubilee? I kind of do. It's so many good options. Is it Spider-Woman or is it White Tiger on the Camartage? The White Tiger will put out just an army of Spirit Tigers and completely fill the negative zone. Is that enough to win? We'll be at +4 from all of them because we're hitting the -3. It's pretty steep. The opponent might have a single powerful card to be able to punch through. I don't know. They haven't shown us very much of anything right now. It's also going to depend a little bit on what Jubilee pulls. And if we feel confident on being able to win this location. We're going to get the buffs from the... Oh, yes. Get the Wolfsbane. That's quite good. Get a nice stack here. And that decided things for us. We are not playing... Oh, we get the double off the Camartage. Ha, that hurts. That hurts a lot. This is why we run Iceman ourselves. If only we had been able to play him to Camartage. Okay, so all our hopes and dreams have been crushed at this point. We get the kill on their Iceman though. This is showing Hobgoblin. Hard to be able to counter. Very hard to be able to counter. But the Odin here, I mean, it's the best we got. Do we snap? No, we don't snap. We have a tenuous grasp because we are so far behind at the negative zone, and then they just have to play something really big to Camartage. They would be able to surmount us. But I think we have a fighting chance here. I think we actually may have piloted a Pool 2 deck up against an infinite Pool 3 opponent and done just fine. Let's see what we get. Now let me know, Have you guys been facing people with cards that are in the Pool 3 collection yet? If you have a much smaller collection, I'm really trying to get a handle on the matchmaking. And on the Teddy Ninja account, I know I have Teddy Ninja is the YouTube channel, but then I have a Super Teddy account, which is the beta account that's huge. And then the Teddy Ninja account is the brand new one that's free to play, only in Pool 1. I've seen some opponents with Pool 3 cards, and I hate that. That's unfair, absolutely unfair. But now we trigger the Ironheart again. She pings 1, 2. Ironheart is triggered 4 times here. Insane. The Electra is a 5. They've got the Nova. Okay. With the Angela. Oh, the Killmonger's gonna kill all our 1-drops. We lose so much there because we put all the buffs onto them. Hang on. But it's enough. We got it. We got the win. I love it. Victory. Now it is my pleasure to present to you the Pool 3 optimized version. If you guys have followed my streams or some of my other videos, then you might already know that this is one of my favorite decks in the entire game. It is a Hazmat deck. Hazmat decreasing the power of all cards on the board. It's an on reveal ability. We're trying to trigger that ability twice with Wong. We have Mystique here to be able to copy Wong's ability, meaning that we can get 4 triggers off of an on reveal card played to that location. And then if you follow up with the Odin, the multiplicative effect takes hold, and then you get 16 triggers on some of these cards. It is insane, and I absolutely love it. Let's dive in and see what kind of havoc we are able to wreak. If we high roll and get Camartage here with Wog and the whole team together, oh, we can pop off so hard. Absolutely insane. We've got Baxter Building revealed. Now, I'm okay playing the Hood here, which is negative power to Baxter Building, which is a crucial location because I have Viper to try and push more cards to the opponent's side, because my whole point is trying to be able to then decrease the power of all the cards on the board. So if the opponent has more cards than me, then I'm gaining an outsized benefit from playing Hazmat. I think that I'm going to play Armor here to Fisk Tower. The Armor is brought into the deck because the one deck archetype that really heavily counters the playstyle here, Onslaught Citadel, okay. So the counter matchup to this deck, so the one that I had the worst record going against, was Self-Destruction, because they would only keep a couple cards on the board at a time. They were always destroying the cards that I was pushing over to their side or trying to negate with the Hazmat. So I ran the Armor to be able to fare better in that specific matchup. But here, Onslaught Citadel is going to be able to double the effect of Wong, so that we're still going to get the benefit of just insane stacking on the on-reveal abilities, even though we don't have Camartage here. They've got the Juggernaut, kicking Demon to the left. This is fine. Fine by me. What would we like to do? We have turn 5 here. We're probably just going to play Colossus Ironheart and then tag Odin on top of the Ironheart, and it's going to pop off. Okay, Lockjaw down. That's going to shuffle the cards that they play with a card from their deck. And then they trade... I didn't see what they traded, but they got the Thor here. Okay. So we play... Baxter Building is a little bit more important, but Lockjaw can also do insane things. Maybe just keep an even spread here and start putting the pressure on. Also, Snap. When you have Wong and Onslaught Citadel, and then you have the Ironheart sandwich between the Wong and the Odin, this is going to be crazy. Unfortunately, the Demon and the Hood are both susceptible to being killed by something like a Killmonger, something like an Electra. I don't know if the opponent would want to run that in this specific deck. Lockjaw usually doesn't. My guess is that they won't have something to counter it, but it's still a possibility with how Armor could normally protect them, but right now Armor at Fisk Tower, and then the Juggernaut kicked us out, the Demon out into the danger zone. Now we just tag on the Odin. We've already snapped. It's just so beautiful. In Pool 3, this archetype still wins. The Wong is really the key card here. So if you're into Pool 3, you have Wong. I highly recommend looking back at the on-reveal archetype from the Odin. And whatever you sandwich in between Wong and Odin just gets amplified to insane levels. And you can do so many fun different things. You can bring in the, it's the Gambit. Gambit is the one that destroys a card on the opponent's side and just wipe their entire board. You can play the Ironheart to buff your entire board. You can play the White Tiger to be able to have an army of Spirit Tigers filling up every other location. You can play the Hazmat. I've seen negative powers in the hundreds, and it's so much fun. Here we go. We might be here a little bit, guys. All right, this is, yes, because Ironheart is going to trigger 4 times. For every time that Odin goes, Odin is going to go 4 times himself, giving us 16 activations of the Ironheart for just a casual 92 power distributed at random to our cards. Oh no. Imagine if we had the Mystique out there to be able to copy the Wong as well. It could have been even more. 20 strength on the demon, sure. 27 on the armor, 30 strength on the Wong. Arrow pulls the 20 power Odin to the center. Now normally that would have killed it because the fixed tower will destroy a card that moves to the location, but armor protected the Odin here. They got the Mjolnir, which is the buff on the Thor. Ooh, this is quite good. It's swapped out for the Odin, which is going to then... No, it's not really, because it doesn't retrigger the Mjolnir. Now the Wasp was free, slots away. They got the hammer back. The opponent ran a great combo there at the end, but not as good as ours. Not as good as ours. Here is the final evolution of the On Reveal archetype. Let me know down in the comments how these decks serve you if you give them a try. And if you want to see more Marvel Snap projects from me, subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of stuff in the works. We also go live to stream and do deck testing, field questions, just hang out. It's always a great time. Hope to be able to see some of you guys there. Till next time, thank you guys for watching and keep on snapping.